Good evening. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot, here to bring you messages of your best and highest good using the energetics of the daily moon cycle and also the planetary aspects surrounding us. However, these messages are timeless as energy is cyclical. So do know that whenever you find the message that there is something contained within it that is important for you, even if it's just to pass on the message to someone else. Howdy, howdy to you all. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am shuffling every day. I'm shuffling, right? Every day I'm shuffling. So this is my brand new What's Blocking You deck, Oracle deck. It just came today, and I'm just saging them and asking that Spirit please cleanse them of any unintended energies that may have attached themselves during the packing process or during the creation, so that these are only meant for our best and highest good today. You will be using or seeing them, I guess, at the same time that I'm seeing them. So we're going to be finding out today what some of these blocks maybe for you. And I've talked to a few of you, and some of y'all know it has just been a weepy time since Scorpio has taken over the sun's energy, which is going to affect us all. And not only that, we have a major water trine in the sky. You'll be able to find out what I'm talking about there on the notes that I posted today. You'll see all of the planets that are currently in water signs where that trine of energy is happening, and then also the asteroids. And I gave you the three main planetary bodies. These are personal planets, guys. So wherever these are sitting in your chart, you can even take a little sticky note and fold it in half diagonally so that you can form a triangle. And you could even write Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars on each corner of those three corners, and then turn them on your own personal birth chart. Especially if I have made one for you, you'll be able to tell that trine of energy because everything is written in blue. So this will tell you the main kind of themes here, these big lessons that we're working with in the water energy. If you have a lot of water in your chart like I do, you might have been a weepy mess as well. So all of these emotions just welling to the surface, and then with all of the water, as you'll see, that are hitting our generational planets, or excuse me, our personal planets, within, of course, Neptune, the generational planet, being at the very last lesson, or the 360th lesson for all us humans. So welcome, welcome. Thank you, you guys, for always being here and showing up. I do appreciate you. Again, the notes you can use for your own personal journey and for journaling. I'm wondering what was happening for you on this 1979 day. So with today's date adding up to the number 46, okay, you'll see that 46 years ago was 1979. And that happened to be an 8-year, the path of vulnerability. If your life path 8, then that means that you have the symbol, maybe you see it all the time, the symbol of the lemniscate or of the infinity loop, where you have to achieve that personally so that the inside, or our yin and yang energy, will be balanced and then attract balance outside of us. And lastly, before I start pulling cards for us today, linked on my notes today as well, this just came today. And Liz's journal book here for 180 days of tracking and embracing our true soul. I love the prompts that are in here. If you're not already subscribed to True to It Connections, right there, that will be linked in my notes today, in my Angi-Notes. So my big question today for us is, what is the big surprise that's going to be in store for us? Because I got the song Baby What a Big Surprise right before my very eyes. And that was a Chicago tune that was released in September of 1977. And then as I was writing, after my 1979, I got the song Hey Jude. So, and that is all I could think of. The only lyrics that were coming in was take a sad song and make it better. So when I looked it up, it was about remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. So, what is it that we need to really look at, especially in relation to our own shadows? Love that. Okay. Love that part of ourself. They are parts of us. We all have yin and yang within, we all have light and dark. And for that light to shine through, we must really shine that light on those dark parts of us. And it's not something that we beat ourselves up for. We just notice that, okay, I tend to have those traits, or what I found in my own patterns is fill in the blank, right? There are a lot of 24s and 26s in the energy today as I was writing out the symbols. And not only are we in a month of the Wheel of Fortune, but being a 10 month, so we have double energy there with the month and today's energy. We also have double Hermit energy. So we've got the Hermit Virgo energy, that is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, ruling Virgo and Gemini as well, the energy of the Magician card. So if you see here, speaking of the Lemnis Gate, there's our yin and yang energy there that is created. And I like that it's kind of going into this pool of water because of that massive trine. We've got, listen to what's in Scorpio, guys. We've got Black Lilith. We've got Volcano, which is the symbol of masculine self-control and power. It's about working with our fiery emotions. And then Black Moon Lilith would be about our decisions and our desire. We have Mars in the 25th lesson of Scorpio, which is symbolized by an X-ray. And that is where animal magnetism is transformed into personal magnetism. And thus we penetrate beneath the surface of life's illusions to know the mysteries. So especially with Neptune being in Pisces, that's all about realization of our faith. And our lesson as a human is to become what it is that we idealize. That's our job. And with Daddy Saddy just now changing lessons, he's been hanging out in the 27th lesson for quite a while. Remember, Saturn is in reverse or in retrograde. And so we go down to the 26th lesson. So we move from that harvest moon, the full moon, into a new moon. And a new moon divides its influences. It's the energy of a new start. And this lesson that Daddy Sadie is trying to get us to review right now is that our freedom of choice. We must exercise our own free will. And in that Sabian Simple notes that it takes a remarkable emotional maturity to be able to allow others to be. Right? So they are who they are. We're not trying to change a person to make them okay for us so that we can tolerate whatever one-to-one relationship that is. We are accepting them for it is what it is. They are who they are. And we realize as we mature that it's not our job to get the other person to learn their lessons. Okay. That can even be interference, and we can take on karma for that. So if we're trying to still hang on to the bumper of something that just doesn't want to be, this is about, you're allowed to have your idealizations. You're allowed to have your desires. Life is about fulfilling our desire. And if it is the best and highest good for all the people involved, then it will be so. So I'm excited we're changing that lesson there. And we've still got our luck happening at the symbol of a dark mantle. That's another word for shadow. Suddenly being thrown over the right shoulder. And that is luck an expansion. Jupiter expands wherever that's sitting in your chart at Cancer at these last 5 degrees of each of these signs. So that is a lot of energy just being at the top of those, at the last half of the last decan of each of these signs. And when we do that, when we finally accept and understand that shadow and how it's kind of leading us by the nose, maybe subconsciously we bring it into consciousness, and then we're able to manifest from a place of power, our red root, our roots. Okay. So again, we have the energies of the Hermit here, which is about spiritual empowerment. And in my notes today, with it being a 1 day, we're on a fresh set of steps to go 1 through 9. Okay. And then with today's date adding up to 46, that reduces to a 10 of the Wheel of Fortune. And anytime this shows up in a reading, this card, it denotes that better luck is just around the corner and that fate is turning in your favor there soon. Okay. Especially if we have learned how to harness our own power from a place of balance, because divine timing is only ever activated if we've found that yin and yang energy within our own selves to be balanced. Then that is what we attract, especially being up on that 9th step. If you're a life path 9, that's the OG lessons. The lessons get harder every time we incarnate. So I do want you to make a note of this Lover's Day with all these 24s. I wrote down the table flip day. So the next 24/6 day is actually November 4th. So I want you to make a note, because I wrote my own notes to check back for today to see what surprise may be coming out with that full moon, what surprise might be in store for us. So let me know. And I know a massive rocky shore, right? That's the lesson in Scorpio. The sun is in today. So it has been feeling a little bit crunchy. I get it. I get it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my grounded deck here from the fairy tales all over the world. So the 7 of Wands here, standing our ground and pushing back on anything that may not be there for us, or pushing back and guarding, maybe putting up even boundaries, learning how to put up boundaries for the first time. 9 of Pentacles here, that's where the South Node is in Virgo currently. And 9 of Pentacles is all about living off and enjoying all of the hard work that we have acquired thus far. So maybe you're protecting your energy, you're putting up boundaries for the first time, you're not letting some people borrow money that have always borrowed money. I don't know why that came up as an example, but it just did. Or any energies of overgiving. You understand that that depletes our own resources. And there's our Scorpio energy there with the King of Cups. Isn't that a beautiful King of Cups? This dragon energy. And I always thought this looked like ice cream, but it looks like Scorpio's taking the mic here. So I don't know if you have a speaking engagement maybe coming up here soon. And especially maybe you're attending some kind of conference where it's an energy of healing. This is the 4 swords there. I like to go 10 deep. And there's the cutoff. So I just got little Kim's the jump off. What is that? It's the Bentley, it's the Hummer, it's the Benz. Escalade 24-inch rims, jumping out the Jaguar in Tim's. Keep your bread up. Okay, so I mentioned money for some reason. Keep your bread up. So maybe we're healing that overgiving or overhelping energy. We're cutting off that kind of behavior, and it leaves us more freedom here. even with a wooden spoon. So this is my Knight of Wands, Saggy energy there. We've still got Juno, the asteroid of relationship dynamics, at 9 Saggy. We've got Bacchus, that is all about, it's very hedonistic energy. So if that doesn't kind of remind me of Bacchus, that does right there. That is at 18 Sag. And then we have Vesta, the guardian of home and hearth, in a theme of expansion, okay, at 21 Saggy. So let me know what's going on for you guys right now, but it feels like we're changing the way we are manifesting. Hey, Miss Flag. Oops, that was my, I don't know if you heard that or not, but I sit on my stones when I'm done meditating. Like little eggs, I got to keep warm. And one just dropped to the floor because I shifted. Pegs here. I put in my notes the link for Miss Liz's book there, or journal, and it looks like already our reading is already ready to go. There you go. You guys are coming in as the King of Cups. That is not the first time. But Liz, if you have it handy and you could put it in the chat, I just think it's a great idea, and there's no better time to start tracking our own behaviors and our moods than right now, as we're entering a new quarter and a new season. Okay, so you guys are coming in as the King of Cups. The situation is something regarding either we're holding on to. I talked about holding on to the bumper of something, even though the lesson is completed. We'll see what that's crossed by. Okay, so we've got Scorpio crossing Scorpio right here. What are we revealing the curtain on? What are we seeing underneath the surface? This is that X-ray energy. In my notes today, you'll see the symbol, and it's literally this head right here. That's in the picture. That was divined in 1925, guys, these symbols. And again, this is what the actions are. So being in an energy of diplomacy, of balanced head and heart, we're cutting out something here. Let's see what, okay. Anything that is, any relationships that are not in balance with you, no matter how different you are, you can still have an energetic frequency that matches up. And oftentimes, even though as we go on our own spiritual journey, our vibration raises our energetic frequency, and it's hard to leave some people behind that no longer vibrate at that frequency, right? So it looks like if this is a new relationship, maybe that's already, you're already getting the kind of like, I don't know, they might be coveting my energy here. There's the 24 I was just talking about right here in the cards already. Let's see what our opportunity is here surrounding energy. Ace of Swords. Yeah. So 10 of Wands, guys, the Tree of Life. This is all about the truth of what burden we need to set down. Okay. So in this card, number 2 for me is situation. So this could be a 2 of Cups situation. That's really the beginnings of a love relationship, but we can have 2 of Cups with anybody. We can have 2 of Cups with our neighbor. We can have 2 of Cups, just anybody that it's like, oh, you like that too? Cool, cool. That's a 2 of Cups. So perhaps we are cutting off an energy that we no longer vibrate with. Maybe it's never grown past the 2 of Cups. Okay, let's see what we got here. The recent past, High Priestess. So you, whatever this is, you know that you've had to do it. This is the timing here. We just had the new moon where we turned down the light of the moon, and we just just passed. And our next moon here coming up in the near future is going to be that full moon in Taurus. Let's see what was driving that secrets energy here in the past. So High Priestess energy is either I know something about where I'm going and I'm not speaking it yet, I'm keeping it to myself, or you could have had an energetic upgrade, especially if you have a lot of water placements. This is a call to action to North Node of Pisces. So we're all going through it, and it is going to require, like I said, pulling back the curtain on something we thought was once balanced, but instead, this is a very stagnant energy here. If it's not growing past that Two of Cups, the truth is that we must set that burden down because the lesson is done. You can't hang on to the bumper of it and make someone learn their lesson, because again, we don't want to take on the karmic effects of someone else trying to or supposed to be doing their own lessons, right? That is their soul's journey. I understand. I totally get it. We just want to help. But then when things all around us start falling apart, we're like, oh, I should have trusted my intuition, right? What does the heart of the reading? This could be a boss, a father figure, a leader in some and whatever includes your own life circumstances here. This could even be husband energy. Let's see what's fueling that. Yeah. Okay. So this is one of the saddest Five of Cups. So this is about an energy of regret. This is where the sun currently is in Scorpio. It's the first decan, Five of Cups. That is an old energy. The eighth house is rules Scorpio. That is the house of secrets. It's the house of depth, of taking that deeper dive to see what's hidden in the cups, what's hidden in our moon, what is hidden in our psyche. And there's some kind of regret here over an emperor figure. It is major arcana. So this being my viewer's side of the energy, this could be the heart of the reading, somewhere where you have taken leadership, okay? Or it could just be a masculine energy that is no longer really vibrating with you here on the same level, because the Ten of Wands is about setting down the burden so that you can get up that stairway to heaven, or that hermit energy that's inside the Led Zepp 4 album. All right, near future, here comes that balance. We've got a 22 energy happening here with this bookend, and let's see what's fueling that High Priestess energy. The Lovers, near future. I'll wait to call what I think this might be here. Again, whatever was not in balance, and it's something that was either coveting us, or we were clinging to. Okay, maybe even a leadership role. It can even be something like, well, I can choose to move on into something that is going to be better for a work-life balance, right? But that would mean I'm just afraid to do that, because I'm afraid that I'm going to regret giving up that title, giving up that role, giving up this marriage perhaps here, or soul tie in the very least. Okay, the victory is blocked here in the 7 position. Fueling the block is a 3 of Cups. So, okay. I'm not going to call automatically third party energy here, because I only have the 3 of Cups, but I do have it in the line of death and the Tower energy. So this will be sistering the Chariot. Again, if this is something that you've already known and you've kept it under your hat, trying to avoid a Tower or trying to avoid regret here, the truth about this choice is going to bring in balanced energy. Justice energy is input output. It's a what goes around comes around energy. Okay. What does Spirit want us to know here? Yeah. You're making a judgment call. So stepping into our Emperor energy to make this Scorpio card judgment call here, this is inevitable, guys. So whatever this Four of Pentacles is for us, of course, is going to differ for everybody, but it's something that did not grow. Okay. Instead of this balanced energy, hey, I want what you want. Two of Cups is a lovely energy. But when it's coveted, then that means it's not growing, because this vulture here, this is his wife in this fairy tale, and he knows that she's unhappy, but he's trying to hold her back anyway, from more growth or from leaving him behind. Okay. And I'm only using those references just for ease of the reading here today. Our block, Three of Cups and Six of Wands of victory. This is victory after a long battle, but we have not made this judgment call yet, because Spirit is saying what they want us to know is this is inevitable. Okay. And we did have coming out on fire energy. Remember when the charm came out, it was the anchor and then had a monkey fall right on top of it. What is weighing you down and holding you back is coming up for review here. Let's see what's fueling this judgment energy. Balance, like I just said. Can't make it up. So Six of Pentacles here is about I want what you want, or even Stevens. It's also like double check a contract, because it's someone saying, hey, I'm going to give you this, or hey, I have an interest in balancing this, but we need to read the fine print on it, because the Six of Pentacles card is kind of a sticky wicket. It's very it's a stage card energy. It can change, and depending on the author here, this is about needing to release something kindly. So instead of smushing those bugs, and that charm pole, guys, look at that had the ladybugs moving from earth into water. So releasing this energy kindly does bring in luck, as we are guided towards our water energy of our own yin and yang. Our head and heart are already in agreement. You just might not have made it known yet here. But this is about doing it with kindness. She's not smushing the bugs. She's scooping them up and letting them outside where they belong, because they don't belong inside. There's these mountains I'm being drawn to in the back there. Let's see what the driving energy for the outcome. Yeah, you've already learned this lesson. This choice is coming up for review, and there's not any way of getting out of it. The Seven of Pentacles, guys, that's something, the seeds have already been planted. This victory is inevitable, but it does require that we release what we're coveting, or that we get released, or we hold our ground and stand our ground and set down some kind of burden of truth here. It feels very, it is what it is. Yeah, about love. Okay. So the Ace of Cups here is lead turned into gold, pain turned into wisdom here. This could be new love. It could be a renewal of our own heart's cup, especially once we release something that has not grown past a Two of Cups. Relationships are meant to evolve. And if there isn't growth, it's holding back our energy, holding back our own soul's next lessons, then, we may or may not accomplish that goal of our soul this lifetime. So it's definitely about love here. And look at that. Three of Wands energy there manifesting. So that's where I wish I didn't have it underneath my mat here. Ops, it's strategies that work, smart answers, and practical positive solutions, and it can represent positive women. It's sitting at Cancer 22, which is a woman awaiting a sailboat. And most traditional Three of Wands and traditional tarot, you see the person waiting on the edge of the cliff and looking at the ship that's coming into harbor. This ship is already coming in, and in order to get to a new castle, she must leave this one behind in order to take those steps of the hermit up to her next lesson. Okay, and it's all centering around love. This is seed has already been planted. I feel like we've been getting this story over and over again here. Empress energy here that is driving this Ace of Cups. So that could be an energy of surrendering to love or surrendering to replenishing our own heart's cup, and fueling the Three of Wands is more Scorpio Aries energy, the Queen of Wands. Like I said, volcano is in the symbol of Scorpio 23 Scorpio, and that's a rabbit metamorphed into a fairy. And that's about transforming our baser instincts. And then after we do that, our magnetism, we see beneath the illusion of whatever this was, and we can bring in our own personal magnetism rather than an animal magnetism. So this volcano is already ready to blow here. Are you going to hang around while it does, or are we going to move it right along to our next lesson? Because I mean, we've got the Emperor and Empress now showing up, one on each side of the board. You've been here a long time with me. You know that does not happen very often at all. Wow. Okay. And there's the Ace of Wands underneath that. So that would be paired with the Hierophant here. And I said the other night, remember that the Ace of Wands is not a Zippo. If you have a chance to take it, it's a match, right? It'll just as easily go out. This is potential. And I like the creativity implied here. Maybe you felt like your creativity was blocked, or you've gone as far as you can get in whatever life situation this is. It does revolve around some kind of leadership, and Spirit wants you to know that we can't cling here. We can't hang around in a Two of Cups. We've got a 10 of Cups to get to North Node in Pisces. And whoever this reading is for, if you are in a balanced head and heart over a decision, it's time to make that judgment call, okay? Especially in relation to any lessons you've learned about holding back on your own creativity, or any energies that hold you back from creating the life that it is that you really want to lead. Page of Pentacles. This is a message coming in from an Empress energy. And there's the 10 of Pentacles when we set down that 10th wand. This confidence returning here with the Queen of Wands. That's Stella getting her groove back. And this is like lesson accomplished, mission accomplished. Wow. Okay, that's some pretty strong environmental energies, or else we make that decision. It's such a relief, right? Unless we would enjoy staying in the Eight of Swords. And there's Eight of Pentacles, 88, very divine number. 88 piano keys. We talked about that last time. Want to play a new tune here, then we've got to finish the work, the tedious work of this. More Pisces energy there with feet, even though this is an Eight of Pentacles. Again, Virgo energy. Let's see what will be coming out. Okay. Yep. What's been a brewing? Oh, not much, just the old 11-11 energy, Four of Wands. So we're moving away from, hey, I want what you want, but it's been holding me back. The truth is, this burden needs set down so that whatever's been brewing here, whatever's been kept under wraps, whatever tower we were trying to avoid, we're not avoiding the tower, because this choice is coming. This balanced energy is coming. And if we do it in a responsible and a kind way, this judgment call, then we have learned the lesson. This is not an FU kind of energy. Okay. This isn't, good riddance SOB kind of energy. This is difficult. It's harder to say goodbye to energies we've outgrown. Friends, relatives, otherwise. It can be heartbreaking. I mean, I can't get more. Six of Cups, that is a deep soul tie, soul bond, can be many lifetimes here. And what are we climbing out of and away from with a quickness? The Chariot energy. The Chariot's the 7 card. That would be happening. That would be November 5th, would be the first time we get that Chariot energy after the Lovers. So I'm very curious about November 4th and 5th, you guys. That light of revelation for that full moon in Taurus. That's going to be something here. Once you leave this castle, life picks up fast. Everything just seems to pick up speed, as it would when you don't have something hanging on to your bumper, or when we're not hanging on to the bumper of something else. But victory is indicated here. So I'm not really sure what the block would be from this beautiful potential energy. It's gorgeous. Unless we want to just hang around in that prison of our own mind some more. I mean, this is somebody in our circle here. 10 of Pentacles is literally the the sum of the life we have lived thus far. This is everybody in our 10 of Cups. It could be time, money, energy, resources. It can be assets, talent as well. And that's fueling the Chariot energy here. So it's been time to go. In addition there, especially with that 24 coming out, I noted in my notes today that the angel number 24 was about goal setting, and what you want should reflect who you are. When you're setting goals, your angels remind you that they must be authentic to you. Where in your life might you be doing things that sound good to others, but not yourself? Review your goals today and make sure they feel in line with your soul's journey. If the lesson is done, it's time to lovingly say thank you, teacher, and let it go. Okay. I know that's easier said than done. I've been there one too many times, more than I'd like to count. But just remember how good it felt when you finally did that one thing that you were dreading doing. Okay. So let's look at all signs here and find out what the blocks can be. Let's look at blocks here. What are the blocks for this particular reading? Please and thank you, Spirit. These cards are a little stiff. Unavailable. We've got a railroad here, chasing someone unavailable, or you're the one who is running away. Okay, trying to avoid a tower. This curtain being pulled back can be done out of love. Okay, whatever is ending, especially during Scorpio season, while we have that huge influx of energy there flooding the 8th house in the sky. So wherever Scorpio is in your chart, this could be what's been a brewing here. Okay, so either chasing someone unavailable, or you're the one running away, but it feels like, I don't want to have to running away from this decision. I don't want to have to be the one that like drops that. Is that a Ganville? Ganville. That doesn't sound right. Fueling that, or bottom of the deck, there's some kind of incompatibility here. You don't really believe there's a match for you. Have an open mind. Again, if it did not go past a 2 of Cups, think how far away that is from 10 Cups. And the truth is the truth is the truth. It's whatever this is, guys, it's holding you back. And I can't wait to be doing another reading. Because we've been seeing this for a while, but now we have some progress here because we've got the Emperor and Empress showing up on each side of the energy. Okay. All right. So let's look at all signs here. That was for this particular reading. Could be just in Scorpio time. What about for Sagittarius? Walking away. If we leave too quickly when things get challenging, there could be an energy of trying to stay and work it out. There's the judgment call energy there. And can it be worked out, though, in a kind way? Can we put those troubles or nuisances aside in a kind way? But if there's no growth, that's how you know. If it's the same plus same equals same, if it's not balanced, if you're in a stagnant energy, it's holding you back, then that's how we know when it's time to walk away, no matter how hard it is. What about for Capricorn? Capricorn. The asteroid Diana just went into Capricorn today, Capricorn 1, and that is about observing the effects of unrestrained power. Can be some Emperor energy there. Remember, Capricorn is ruled by Daddy Sadie, which is about the freedom of choice right now. That's the lesson we're supposed to learn. We're supposed to be exercising our free will and allowing others to be without trying to pull them in with us. All right, Capricorn. It says being a victim, you feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whenever you want. This too attached, so attachment issues, that's definitely comes along with healing abandonment, is learning how to attach in a secure way. And we can do that with trusted friends, learning about, just Google if you're still writing stuff down. There's insecure versus secure attachment patterns. And more people than not are in an insecure attachment style that is determined by our caretakers before we're 18 months old. Not about blame. We chose, our souls chose those parents, especially for the lessons that it would teach us. And no matter how hard it was, overcoming that energy, so that we can use that as adults here. So give your partner some breathing room. Being too needy can drive people away. That would be an example of insecure attachment, but that would be the anxious attachment rather than an avoidant attachment. So this is definitely here. Coveting energy is anxiety, holding on to something that at one time sounded like a good idea and matched our vibration. But this reading is showing me that the judgment call is here because this leadership energy, we're afraid we're going to regret that decision. But justice, the truth is the truth is the truth. We got an 11 and this 6 energy of the Lovers in the near future, which I said to note November 4th on your calendars for. All right, let's move into after Capricorn. Those are still face down. After Capricorn, Aquarius. Aquarius. What is the block here in the Aquarius part of our chart? So you can use all of these pieces of advice, guys, just going around the clock wheel of your own personal birth chart. All right. Aquarius, indecision here. Indecision. You're afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. When I literally just said out my mouth. Okay. All right. Water and moving into fire, Sag, Capricorn, Earth, and air, Aquarius. Okay. You're afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. We cannot walk down the middle of the road, guys. This justice energy of balance is coming up anyway. Okay, major arcana also, boom, boom, boom. Actually, this whole middle row, all major arcana, and we got bookending major arcana here, here, here. I mean, it's all over this reading. There is definitely something more balance coming in here, something of equal action, something that better suits you. All right, Pisces. All right, we're going to put Scorpio back up here. Pisces, keep in mind that this trine of water energy is going to be all in this water column here on the far left. What about Pisces? What is blocking Pisces? 45, just hit the clock. 99 problems and what ain't one, Pisces? What is blocking you? Self-neglect. You're neglecting your own needs in relationships. Neglecting your own needs. Okay, practice self-care. And we do see the Pisces energy there of the high priestess there in the recent past, holding on, biting our tongue to avoid an inevitable tower. Okay. Pisces, it's time to take care of you, kiddos. All right. Love you, mean it. And Aries coming down to the fire column here. So with walking away here in Sag energy, what about for Aries? That tracks. Too busy. You use being busy and as an excuse not to date. You must make time for a partner. Well, they're definitely not going to ring our doorbell like Amazon delivery, unfortunately. Okay, but that is definitely an avoidant. So that would also be a form of insecure attachment, which is avoidance. Okay, trying to avoid that tower. And we do have Aries energy coming in here at the heart of the reading. What's in Aries right now? Let's see, Salacia, which is Neptune's wife. Neptune's in Pisces. Salacia is the unreal or trippy experiences of life. The projection of disciplined will. Okay, that's studying how to project our will onto what it is that we've already decided here and take action. We've also got, of course, Chiron in the Four of Wands, the last deacon of Aries there. Okay, don't just keep yourself busy to avoid this, Aries, or if that person's an Aries for you, they're finger quotes being too busy for a reason. They don't want to talk about something. All right, Taurus, going along with the two cards here for Capricorn. That came out pretty fast. What I said, this is a fear of loss, afraid of losing someone or being abandoned. Take a chance. Taurus, you're the opposite end of Scorpio. So you do not by trade love risk. But calculated risk is what the Emperor does, especially when there's an Empress energy around. Okay. We don't want to hang on to something just because we're afraid of change. And also, too, Taurus, there can be some guilt here. If you have any abandonment issues or this person does, they can avoid breaking up with people because they don't want them to feel abandoned, and that could be subconscious as well. So maybe just have a little peek at that, Taurus here. Just a little peek. What about any relationship blocks here for Gemini? We've still got Uranus in Gemini, uncovering fresh new dimensions of life. We'll be retrograding back into Taurus very shortly here. Uranus is about revolution, about change, that lightning bolt, that tower energy, so that something can be rebuilt from a stronger foundation. Gemini, what is blocking you? Boundaries. So that Seven of Wands energy in the pre-shuffle, you need to hold good boundaries so that you don't feel violated. Gemini, I know we can like one thing one day, and then like something totally different the next day, but then that confuses people, right? If we've set up a boundary, we can't then go the next day, well, it's okay this time. Set a boundary and keep it wherever that Gemini portion of your chart is, especially if something needs to evolve or you're revolutionizing, you're changing your ways there. All right, for Cancer, coming in through our water trine here, Cancer energies. What is blocking Cancer? Oh, wow. Okay, not going to use all of those, but unsocial. Okay, you need to get out and mingle with new people so that you can meet someone. I was joking. I sent a meme to a couple friends that was like, this is my friends trying to get me out the damn house. And so that's kind of funny. I don't know if you've been hermiting away there, Cancer, or wherever Cancer is in your chart. Expectations was right underneath that. When you expect too much, no one measures up. Ditch the list. Want what's real. Okay, so maybe that blocked victory is because we're setting the expectation or making that list so big that the universe is like, how in the heck am I supposed to line that up for you? So remember to try to manifest from the feeling that you want to have rather than being kind of Polly picky pants and expecting it to show up like an Amazon delivery, like I said. What about for Leo? For fire energy so far, we got walking away and too busy. What is blocking Leo's energy? Wherever Leo is sitting in your chart. This person could be a Leo, maybe the boss, the father figure, the leader is a Leo. This is about our own sovereignty, this reading. And that harkens back to the North and South Node in Aries and Libra, where we were supposed to learn independence and autonomy within committed partnerships. Miss Jenna, I have not seen you in a hot minute. Hey. Anvil, thank you. What was I calling it? Leo. That's not like Leo to be so closed lips. Come on now. They had a flipper there. All right, Leo. It did a 360. Leo, did you leave or put up a boundary and then go right back? Let's see. Playing games. Well, that would be setting up a boundary and then going right back. You don't need to play games to keep the right one interested in you. Okay. Also need rescuing. Are you waiting for love to save you? But you must stop waiting and start looking. Okay. Right, Leo energy, make sure that it's not just something like playing games could be getting attention, right? Not really interested, but just wanting that ego boost of it makes people feel good to know that they're desired and wanted, but that would give someone false hope, or would, you know, you don't want to give the wrong idea, right? If you're not really interested, don't pretend like you are out of ego here. That could be, maybe you have a person or a boss that's a Leo and you're like, good God, they just want attention all the time and it's never enough. All right. What about for Virgo? What's blocking Virgo here? Wow, that was fast. Okay, feelings of unworthiness here. You deserve an amazing relationship. Take steps to heal doubts about yourself. So, in the earth line here, there's some victim energy. There's this clinginess, which is anxious attachment, right? Fear of loss, this abandonment, also high anxiety there, and insecure attachment. You are worth it, Virgo. Okay, so don't ever doubt that. Maybe we've just been used to taking less than we deserve, so you don't know what it is to have a partner that meets you where you are. Maybe that's never happened before. Or if you're dating a Virgo, maybe you're the first person that they've met that is telling them they're worthy and they've never heard that before. And maybe they're being avoidant because they really don't understand that that insecure attachment is just to save themselves from any kind of loss, right? That's like, I'm going to break up with you before you break up with me kind of energy, but it's self-sabotage, right? All right, last but not least here, Virgo onto Libra. What's blocking Libra here? If you guys want to go ahead and put a question in the chat for me, I will be happy to pull a card for you, include a heart with whatever color you choose, so that I know to scroll through for hearts. All right, Libra, insecurities. Interesting how there's kind of looks like a sword here, and there's two sides. We do have Libra energy coming back around. That's where Venus is in her home base right now. And that symbol, Venus and Libra, is two men placed under arrest, and that little cage that I posted last week with the bird flying free, the invisible bars, okay? Modestly accepting the inevitable consequences of our misdemeanors. So it feels like this judgment call, like it's time. Like, as long as it's done with kindness, you're not throwing someone out here. It's about just releasing what no longer helps you grow. That's it. And there's a consequence when we don't do that. We stay back behind. Venus in Libra is teaching us that right now. Work on building your confidence and feeling safe in your relationships. Okay. And feeling safe doesn't mean that we covet and cling on to that energy. Especially, or just take whatever, is coming your way here, with that boundaries energy being in this trine. Indecision, insecurities, and boundaries. You got to pick a side here, air signs, and stick to it, and understand that nobody else makes you feel safe. You feel safe and secure within yourself first, and then you attract a partner that also is balanced and makes you feel safe because you make them feel safe. I don't know what I think of this deck yet. We shall see. And oh my gosh, right on the bottom, what Spirit wants us to know. Don't be too quick to count someone out. Be open and give a fair chance. This is something, again, that hasn't grown. And the judgment call, it's time here. If this reading is for you, hasn't been spoken yet. 22 energy again. And it's definitely about renewing our own heart's cup. This is someone coming from the past into our present to affect our future. And this new energy is balanced in action. But it does require that we leave this castle behind in order to get to the new castle. And I love that the first card out and the last card out is about alignment of head and heart. You guys are coming in as King of Cups. This is the month to do it, guys. This is the month to do it. Okay, we can't avoid that, Tower, because this choice is coming up. The choice is here. All right. And our last card again. Okay, go ahead and put in that chat box. I'm seeing all the hearts. I love it. Love, love, love. I'm so happy you caught alive too. So happy. Looks like you are, I think, Jonna, you might be first here. Yep. Okay, pink hearts for you. I'm just going to be pulling a fresh deck. Pull my water deck, guys, since it's this Scorpio month energy here. Let's look at messages for Jonna, please. Anything that she needs to know for her best and highest good. Best and highest good for Jonna 3. Oh, wanted me to keep that card. All right, Magician, today's energy. Red center, left, and right. Okay, so whatever you've been very, very intensely focused on here, it could be, we don't have to think about it so hard. This is about passion. This is about fire. And when it comes from a place of passion, then this new creation, this new manifestation, you already have everything you need. This is staying very driven. If she takes her eyes off that truth for one hot second, this wave of emotion will swallow her under. That time has passed. This new start has arrived with you coming in as today's energy of the Magician. So this new surprise could be a feeling of relief. This is about throwing caution to the wind and really focusing on what it is that you desire. Okay. High priestess energy there with that full moon that is driving this magician. And look, notice that they're both creating. Okay. And then page of wands here, near future. Whatever you've been focusing on now, the energy is starting to ease up and be a little less mentally challenging. Now it can be from joy. Okay. And this, she's creating all of this. Okay. Very powerful manifestation here, Miss Jonna, whatever that is for you. I hope that helps you. I think get out of your head and lean in, dip into the passion instead. Next up, looks like we have Miss Crystal with the purple and the butterfly of transformation. Love it, love it. All right. Energy for Miss Crystal, please. Best and highest advice for Crystal. And 3. Nope. Right there. Okay. My favorite 5 of cups in all my decks. This is you're coming in an energy of releasing and letting go with respect and love. We're not focused on the sadness of this anymore. We are thankful for the time spent with this person. You are getting ready to turn around and head off to that lighthouse there and shine your light. But before we do that, it's paying our last respects, saying thank you, honoring the relationship. You may want to look up the spiritual meaning of a selkie. There's all kinds of different seals, but in particular in this deck, that is a selkie. Left, right. Yeah, decisions already been made. Look at that, 22 again. Okay, right across the middle there. The crossroads has already been met. The decision has been made. Looks like all that's left to do is the emotion and truth of what you had learned, because you're no longer allowing history to outweigh your heart and the truth of your heart. You're wanting more symbiosis here with the clownfish and the anemone. What's crossing that 5 of Cups? 8 of Pentacles. Everybody do their share. Many hands make light work. Whatever you're saying goodbye to, this wave of truth that's coming in here is going to give you more help. It's going to take a load off, but it looks like you're leading the way here, crossing that 5 of Cups. You're the one saying, hey, I appreciate you. I'm sorry this didn't work out, whatever life situation this was, but by you honoring that lesson and thanking that person, even if it weren't fun, okay, whatever put you at this crossroads, then that wave of emotion, that love energy, brings in this truth, and it's no longer, letting this, just the history of this, outweigh your own personal emotional truth. All right, it's much easier becoming an expert in your own field here, or an expert at being able to forgive, release, and let go without animosity. I'm getting an ear squeezy on that. Maybe you are just talking to friends or talking to other people who are in the same kind of situation, and how you went about that forgiveness energy. That's really, really hard to do, because when we're younger, it's just easier to be angry, right? It's almost easier to be like, oh, well, it's so much easier when they're a big fat jerk. But when they're a nice person, right? Or and it's just not growing. I mean, yeah, you feel bad, but it's not going to be at the expense of your own future growth, right? Okay. Miss Jude, will you relocate? All right. What wanted to fly out? Fear of change in reverse, and the 3 of Swords in reverse. So no longer fearing loss. I say, yeah, Judy. I think if there were any fears there, I'm still going to pull for you. But I think if there were any fears associated, I came out anyway, with moving, or what you would lose. I don't think you're focusing on that now yet. You've said your goodbye in a kind way. Boy, oh boy. I shuffled those back in and they came right back out. Okay, so this fear of letting go of an old friendship, fear of loss. The 4 of Cups is being very dissatisfied where you're at anyway. Okay, but maybe it's like, but there, all my nice things are here. There's definitely a need to forgive what has been lost here, because this whale, he can't be revived here. Whatever it was not an easy decision, but it was something that had you trapped mentally here. Give me more on the 3 of Swords. Yeah. So this is under the surface of the ice, digging deeper. So I know it sounds weird, but even a fear of heartbreak can make it hard for us to relocate, right? Because we don't want to regret our decision. We don't want to feel trapped in a new place, but this is just fear. They've got this new creation ready to be birthed. You've been planting Pentacles, planting seeds for this. It's definitely been a thought. I would ask, well, what is keeping you in the old place? Judgment call again. So this reading, honey's coming right out here in that 7 of Pentacles in judgment energy. Seven of Pentacles can be like taking a smoke break, right? Because it's usually in the traditional deck, he's leaning on his shovel and taking a break and looking at what he's planted. But I feel like this is you examining, well, what am I really afraid of here? What's lost has already been lost. So what the hell am I still afraid of? What it's a trapping of our own mind, and like a feeling of I'm not going to find that happiness. Howdy do. I'm not satisfied with this, Jude. Mental again. This is mental constructs. So the nightmare, that's why I love my Liz Houston deck, because once we stop focusing on the person that's laying across our lap, whatever these thoughts are that are weighing us down, when we stop looking at the problem and raise our head up, we see that the map has been on the wall the whole entire time. I feel like the map out of this has been under the surface the entire time. And it's learning how to get past our own mind first, and then partnership can come in. This is a role reversal. So if we were all up in our head, try it for a day, try it for a week. Just try a what the F day. What the hell? I'm going to do things that I wouldn't normally do. I'm going to change up my routine. And when those thoughts start to come, the difference is like shut them down, knock it off, cut it out, reverse what you would normally do. And that's going to bring more head and heart balance here. What's got you all up in your head? If we want to do a reading on a this or that, or a comparison, if I stay, if I go, I love doing those choice A, choice B readings as well. I hope that helps, Miss Judy. I feel like it's just fear talking. That's it. All right, Miss Kathy with the purple heart. Oh, and the ladybug. Lots of force, Emperor energy, leadership. Again, heart of the reading. Let's see, Miss Kathy. Best and highest good for Miss Kathy, taking this deeper dive into Scorpio. Flipper, discernment, Queen of Swords, this shit. Okay, so this might be in love, since Libra is in her home, Venus is in her home of Libra right now. So the Queen of Swords is just and fair. She may take some time. It might take her quite a while, because she likes to flip over all the information, right? She likes to weigh every single little piece of information before she makes a decision, but it's always fair. Ooh, King of Wands and a Knight of Cups here. Okay, so somebody fiery, possibly, that you've cut out here, Leo energy. Someone who was circling around, maybe felt a bit predatory, because sharks, they never stop moving, right? And they just gobble up whatever comes into their mouth. And this starfish here, indicative of some kind of Pisces energy here, regeneration. There is a Ace of Pentacles there. There's a hidden chest of jewels. This is about you diving deeper into your own spiritual practice. Perhaps even learning how to scry. That's what this character is doing. These can even be people here. So old person could have been, again, Leo energy, and this is new rejuvenation, Pisces energy. Let's see what's crossing you. Yeah, you've made some kind of peace, and that's what brings in a Knight of Cups, someone in love with love, someone has a good attitude, very dreamy energy kind of person. And you're like, but I'm a Queen of Swords. It's one more step up from the Knight to the Queen. Interesting that it's cardinal, fixed, mutable. That's the way the signs are categorized in. So the cardinal signs are like you're the sketch artist, right? You're drawing up what it is that you desire. You are doing the blueprint work. The fixed energies come in and do the work of it. And then the mutable energies are like interior decorators or the punch list people that come in and sum everything up. You're wrapping up something, but only because you've been able to get in this energy of forgiveness. We've got 5 more days of 5 of Cups, guys. Again, a massive rocky shore here, realizing the importance of stability, because it creates actually a greater sense of freedom. When we forgive and release and let go, then the new can come in when our hand is open. Yeah, 9 of Cups. Your hand is open then for this new energy. But it feels like you have done that final step there. Maybe you used that new moon to manifest this new energy. We've got North Node in Pisces through July next year. So, wish fulfillment, that is not bad apples indeed. Follow the process. It feels like you're at the end of a process with something there, Kath, and you've done the proper release and let go that you needed to. Okay. Maybe it was something hard because it was very, very fiery or very fun and it was hard to let go of. I don't know what that might be for you. I hope that helps, though, that something else is coming in that is regenerative and more creative, more whimsical, if you will. Okay, Miss Kathy, Miss Monica. Okay, let's get in there. Heart, I desire. So we've got Queen of Cups here on the split, Cancerian energy, and then Mars energy there, Aries and Scorpio. Does the heart she desire her? It could feel like an indulgence here. So the devil energy is like addiction, it's sultry, it's passion. King of Wands there on the bottom. Okay. Best and highest good, please. Not getting a 3, 2, 1 yet. Okay. Still stuck in our head here. Top, bottom, so center, left, and right. So we've got that Ace of Swords coming in here in the environmental energy regarding a burden here that's being set down. The 10 of Pentacles that we saw on the exterior energy includes the 10 of Cups. This is everybody that we love and that loves and cares about us already in our circle. The truth about that person in our inner circle, prison of our own mind. But here's the hermit energy here with the star is in the center of the lantern. That is the dream. Is this the dream? What is the truth of what is passing wish fulfillment for you? 9 of Cups has been established. And then 10 of Cups is somebody is in there with me. But we've reached the 9th step here. Yeah. 5 of Pentacles. part of, this is 5 of Cups, right? Regret and loss. 5 of Pentacles, the weeping willow, trying to offer comfort of your lamp and lantern. You can't, there's the star. Wow. Yeah. Center, left, right, Wheel of Fortune. It depends whether or not, honey, that if this is the truth of what's inside your lantern. Is this your most deepest desire, your greatest wish, something that would bring healing? We have this nautilus shape here, like a North Star. Could be coming here in Aquarius time. That'd be the next air energy that's hitting. That'd be end of January into February. 5 of Pentacles is like, can be some abandonment here. Afraid of abandonment, afraid of being left out in the cold by a Ten of Cups. But the Hermit is examining in what ways does our mind get in our own way. The mind is definitely, we got major arcana, and then this truth here is buried at the bottom of the ocean in an undiscovered ship here. It's yet to be discovered. I'm seeing, I haven't ever focused on that before. I don't know if I even noticed them, the steps up and out. Yeah. So this healing energy, there's definitely a change, a turn of events, a putting on a different hat, a shift in duties. Okay. That's like mom playing a dad and dad playing a mom. So if you're both mom and dad, I like that when this Chariot card comes out. This fast energy here, Chariot's very fast energy. Again, November 5th would be the day after I referenced. Yeah. This is about releasing and letting go here, the 10 of Swords, so that the 10 can convert to the Ace of Truth. But this has to be released first here. We've got Queen at, oh my gosh, look at that. There's your match. Soon as you fill your own heart's cup again, and this healing energy, King of Cups, Scorpio card coming in here to match the Cancer energy and the trine, happiest card in the deck, Sun energy. I wouldn't play around with happiness. Only you could know what that is for you, but it's definitely a role reversal with this Chariot card here. And if do they feel the same way? Same suit? Both water energies. Happiest card in the deck. Yeah, it's just going to require getting down deep in there though. And this releasing this past fear and getting out of your head about your journey. The steps are the steps. Your dream is your dream, and it's so close. It's right here. You're looking at that now. Well, what is my dream? And why are we in our head about that? Because only you would know that. There's nothing to be ashamed of about what we all hope to accomplish at that last hermit step. But matching energy coming right in, you're taking the lead there. I hope that helps you. Ooh, it's hard to get into the energy, guys, when there's so much swords, especially in like a 5 of Swords or an 8 and 9 of Swords. It's really hard to get to heart stuff because our head blocks our heart, right? That it's a block there. I hope that helped you. All right. All right, let's get some advice for you with your pink hearts. Oh, you're so welcome, Miss Crystal. You're welcome, Judy. Yeah, you need the light. I know, Kathy. Tell me about it. Miss Monique, all 4 aces of potential jumped out as a volunteer there for you. This is a new start. We don't need to like pussyfoot around about it here. The luck is being held when he focuses on one decision, and it's touching his foot. Monique, does someone rub your feet real nice? Pick that one. This rabbit, this Jupiter rabbit is entertaining the children. He's standing on top of the fish. And even though this is a Pentacles card, there are 2 Pisces references here because this pentacle is on his foot. This one is up and behind his ears, like a past energy. Focus on new, because you've got all 4 aces of potential here. You already have everything you need, would be our standard. Oh, wow. Yeah. Pick the new one. Pick the one that gives good foot rubs. 2 of Cups. Come on. Ace of Wands. Okay, you've already done enough hermiting here. Don't go back and forth on this. 5 of Swords. What's that about? There's this playing childish games and we get childish prizes. So whatever this moon energy is, this 5 of Swords that needs to be healed here would be the only impediment to this matching your energy. But 2 of Pentacles, he still has this old pentacle buzzing in his ear. Okay, so keep focusing on one foot in front of the other. Okay, and this, though, 5 of Swords means there's no winners, right? And that's what needs to be healed. If this is a thought, or I mean, it's a pentacle, so it's an actual tangible 3D something. It's past, whatever this past thing is, because you're here to new start. But it feels like what's buzzing in your ear is these silly games here, but that needs to be healed, whatever damage was done there, because he's got a cut. He didn't intend to cut himself. They were just playing, having a good time. But 5 of Swords can be just trying to win for winner, just to be the winner. Someone buzzing in your ear, or like holding on to when people have played with our heart before, really is hard to stay focused on this new energy. But you've got this balance coming in and it's new. But I feel like I want you to flick that old pentacle behind your ear, that voice inside your head that's saying everybody's a game player, or someone that just wants to win. You learn that lesson. This is what's healed and allowing you to focus on the future, but maybe those little voices creep up time to time. I'd stay focused on moving forward, honey. You've already been through the 9th step. Okay. But the only thing that kind of gets in your craw is this still needing to, little bit of healing still left to do, or reconciling left to do. Whatever's been hidden in your moon about somebody that was just trying to win. Okay. I say focus on the foot rubber, or focus on the feet underneath your body right now and where you're going moving forward. Okay. That's the only thing that can kind of pull you back in, is that past hurt here, but you've already learned the lesson. You've already learnt it. This new thing is, that looks yummy. I'll have what she's having. I'll have what she's having. Oh, you're so welcome, guys. Welcome, Jude. You're so welcome, Miss Kathy. Welcome, Monty. Oh my goodness. Look at the time. We are right at an hour and a half. Thank you guys so much for being here with me tonight. I love and appreciate you so much. And I will see you again the next time. Bye-bye for now.